Hello everyone, Wololos and Wololas. Welcome to our channel. I'm here again, once again, because we have a special Hardstyle interview with a very special guest here at my right. Before we start this interview, I want you to go to our channel and check out our previous Hardstyle interviews. We have several already. We have the latest one with Ruler, but we also have with Vertile, Radical Redemption and Knowles, Future Noise and the Strikers. So you have a lot to check out. And today, as I was saying, here I have a very special guest. We continue with an Italian guest because last one was Ruler, and this time here I have Manu, the Purge. How are you?
Hola guys, estoy bien, ¿y tú?
Muy
Hablo
bien,
un poquito de español.
Yeah, but it's better in English.
In English, definitely. Yeah, I'm very good. What about you?
Yeah,
You're good?
really, really good. I'm really happy to have you here because we have a good relationship and I really wanted to record a podcast with you.
Yeah, same for me. You know, we know each other since many years, so I see you grow also with your page and everything. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm happy that you're doing good with what you love. So, thanks also for having me. And, let's talk about music and not music also.
About everything,
Everything,
so the first thing I want to talk about is, I am recording this on Friday. He is here because he is going to play at Fabric tomorrow, Saturday.
Yes.
And today, Wololo Sound is hosting a party here in the center of Madrid at Lula Club. We have like the second room, and the Purge is going to go to our party. So I want to ask you, what do you expect from tonight in Madrid?
Yeah, I think I will expect, the usual loco, crazy Spanish vibe, So, yeah, I'm really curious also to go and visit something which, is not hardstyle related. So I'm really curious, what the Spanish crowd is up to. Also with something different. So, I'm very curious.
I'm sure you will have fun because it's going to be such a fun time.
I love music in general, know. If it's good vibe, good people, then I'm happy.
Then you're going to enjoy it. So starting with the interview, the first question I always like to do to our guests is, how are you doing right now, both in a personal and also in a professional level?
Yeah, I'm doing actually pretty good. Like this year has been really, really busy in terms of music, so in terms of career, because I've been traveling like really, really a lot. I was checking proper today how many flights I took.
How many?
And this one was the 73. So 73rd flight in only 1 year, So I've been traveling like really a lot. So means that, the career is going good actually, so I'm very happy for that. Also, like private life is going actually pretty good. I'm buying an house, so a big step for this. Together, thank you. Yeah, together with my girlfriend. So like both personally and music is going good. Perfect. Busy, but if it's not busy, it means that it's not good. So yeah.
Okay, good to know. And you're back at Spain once again. You've been here already many times. And you're playing at Fabric tomorrow. Again, you've been here at Fabric too many times. What's your relationship with Fabric and also with the crowd here from Spain? Yeah,
like indeed, I've been here many, many times. I think my first time was maybe the year after COVID. So it's been almost 5 years, something like that, that I've been coming to Spain. And since the first time, I was like, okay, what the fuck is this? I heard many good things about Fabric, about the club and about the crowd. But then when you experience it by your own, it's like, okay, this is really like what the people are saying. So every time I get an offer from Fabric, I'm like with my agency, like, yes, let's go, because I really want it. If I have, for example, another show and it's not confirmed yet, if I can choose, I always prefer to come here. It's like my, second home. Or let's say third one, because the first one is Italy, then the Netherlands, and then this one is my third house. So, I really love everything around, from the hospitality to the crowd to the club also itself. I think it's on top 10 best club in the world, something like that, so,
it's really big.
It's big, like the crowd, as I said, is insane, they like to vibe, they like to party. That's what I do as well, so we have actually the same blood, I'm Italian, Spanish, we are both Latinos, so
of course.
We vibe.
And you've traveled a lot all around the world. What are your favorite crowds to play for?
Yeah, actually, like I think my top 3 crowd, if I need to say, is probably like Chile. Chile is really like dedicated. And then on the second spot, I will put Spain, for sure. And the third one is difficult. Maybe you can combine it, because in Europe, for example, like Germany is really good. The Netherlands also is really good. Don't get me wrong. It depends about the party. Depends also since how many times you don't perform there. But also the Netherlands is amazing. But also USA, for my previous experience, is
You've
really...
been a lot at the USA. I was going to ask you about that.
Like USA is a really good experience. Australia as well. Like on the top 3, I will put many country actually. But the first 2... I'm sorry to the other country, guys, but Chile and Spain for sure.
So you have to speak Spanish? So
Un poquito,
Okay. So talking about the festival season that ended some months ago, you've been at mainly every big festival this year. What are your favorites, your highlights of this festival season, your favorite moments?
So this year, actually, like you said, I've been basically almost everywhere. I had like the Intense Festival indoor hosting, which was like a huge dream for me because I go and visit Intense since I was a visitor. So since 2013, something like that. So it's more than 10 years that I visit that festival. And, I actually did all the growth from the Fanatics to the main stage. And then I arrived to host the indoor main stage. So it was definitely a big highlight of my career. Then Defcon Red, for the first time, I was a solo indeed. So that was like crazy experience. Like Defcon 1 for me is something that... is on another chart, like there is one chart and then DEFCON is a part. So whatever happened at DEFCON is something that, you cannot compare with anything else. So it's really special. Like I'm also like really emotional every time I play at DEFCON, especially the Red. After I finish the stage, I get like, emotions, really big emotion, flashback from when I was, young. And then I see myself in this youth stage, I'm like, okay, it's really happening, So DEFCON. And also this year, Decibel was really, really, really good. Like I had a super nice spot on the Saturday.
You played a live
Yes. So it was actually the hour before the closing. So it was like really full, really packed, a nice show with lights, fireworks, everything. So it was, really, really nice. So those top 3, definitely.
Would you say that playing DEFCON main stage solo is like something that make you think like, okay, I made it?
Yeah, well, actually it's like you can think like this, but on the other side is also the time that you need to work even more. Because you have
keep
exactly,
spot
you have like a lot of let's say pressure. The people also expect a lot. Then, like you say, also maybe the people now expect that you play a Defcon Red every year. So hopefully it's going to happen next year. We don't know yet. But also if I do like 1 year. Going back to the blue, I think not many artists play for like 5, 6, 7 years in a row at the Red. They can also swap a little bit, but I would say it's definitely something that, it was also a huge dream for me, to play at the Red as a solo also. Also in a duo back then with Adjust was also super good. But then, of course, as a solo, it's like, okay, you have like 50, 60,000 people in front of you. And you're like, okay.
Only for you, like for what you play.
100%. So it's a special moment for sure.
And talking about Intense, you, as you said, had the hosting together with Unresolved, but you also premiered your live act, High Trip, at the main stage. Talking a little bit about the live act, how would you define the experience of a High Trip set compared to a regular The Purge set?
Okay, this is a good question, actually. Like, the live act is basically more like a show, I would say, with visuals. You can mash up more music because, we all know, guys, it's pre-recorded the live act, So, you can make like a nice set out of it. You can push more music in 30 minutes. Usually I try to push around 20 tracks, something like that. I try one time to do like 25, but then it's like 1 minute for track, so it's really, really short, exactly. And so basically the difference more like, you give a 30 minutes of only your music, basically, While if you have like a DJ set, you can also support the music from other artists, which you like the music and stuff like that. So the main difference, I would say, is music-wise and also show moment. When you have a live set, also the party itself, they give you more, let's say, attention. So they can give you more effects to use from smokes, fire, confetti, stuff like that. So also for the crowd, let's say, it's more like an eye pick. But if I have to be honest, I prefer the DJ set.
Really?
Yeah. It's like because, as I said before, it's pre-recorded. So if I'm there, I only have to dance, basically. Which of course is nice, but I prefer also to interact with the crowd and check also what's going on. Because
so you can change a little bit the vibe.
Exactly, because image maybe you play a live set. You make, I don't know, like with my music, I can go super happy, super dark, emotional, melodic, whatever it is, So image, for example, I prepare an happy set and that day is raining. It's different vibe then, So about that, I prefer like a DJ set so I can just do, adjustment at the moment, check the crowd, I never prepare a set if I have a DJ set, so I just play with the crowd and go for it, which also I think is what a DJ make.
Of course. It's like the job
exactly,
of a DJ,
it's exactly.
It's interesting what you said.
And also, nowadays I feel like there are a lot of live set, which I mean, I feel like it's not special anymore for the fans, because when I was a fan, like I'm still a fan, don't get me wrong, but when I was going more to Hardstyle Festival as a visitors, I had maybe 1 or 2 live set, during the entire lineup. So you was really wait for that moment. The DJ itself also maybe had only 2 or 3 time for a year, and that's it, so for that time, he could prepare and really make a huge show. Nowadays, I feel like a lot of promoters, they kind of obligate you to like perform at that event, only if you have like a live set, blah, blah, blah. So it's gonna end with like, I don't know, 20, 30 live set, everyone play only 30 minutes, so image also like a fun, like also for us, like if we need to travel from Spain or from Italy, take an airplane, blah, 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 and maybe go to the party and, wait for your favorite DJ to only play 30 minutes, for how I am and how I was in the past, I wanted to experience at least 1 hour, but that's just a personal opinion. I still love the live set. I love what everyone is doing because we all try at the end to make our best, but I feel like we are on a point where, there are just too many live sets. So in this moment, I try to slow a little bit down with the live set, and I try to bring the full experience into my DJ set. That's why you also see me every time with the bucket cap when I play and stuff, proper to bring almost the same vibe and experience into the live set. At least I'm also like different in the lineup because everyone is live, and then maybe the Purge, normal set. So we go on the other side.
For example, yesterday the full Rebirth Festival lineup was announced, and there are many live sets. And as you said, it's something that I also think, and I've said it several times at Wololo Sound, mainly at the website, that nowadays, like every DJ, is like forced to have a live act
for sure.
For some marketing stuff.
But it's also, don't get me wrong, also for the DJ, it's a big like opportunity to show your music,
of course.
But on the other side, the promoter feel like, okay, if we have a lot of exclusive set, maybe we can sell more tickets. But I don't think this is really the way to go, because as I said in the past, there was only, I don't know, 3 four max live act in the entire festival, and the tickets were still selling a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like the only one which was only live was Supremacy. Which was the unique one, you know, back then. And now, basically, yeah, as I said, nothing against the parties is their own way. So, you know, I'm a DJ, they are a promoter, so they probably know better than me how to sell a party. But yeah, that's what I feel like. So yeah, in one side, I hope that, yeah, it's going to be less live act. Also for the DJ itself, because I can guarantee you that if every year you need to, you know, change a live act, create something new, you know, at some point also you feel like not out of ideas, but maybe you don't have enough time to prepare also for a new one. You know, especially also for my case, I always push, you know, my limits to arrive to a point, you know, we were almost the first one to use like an audio-visual experience, full, you know, synchronized with the big charter. You know, the entire set was synchronized with a huge visual. You know, so I can tell you that it's a huge investment also in terms of, you know, financial and stuff. And also for the crowd, it's super nice to see it, you know. But then if they see it already 6-7 times for a year, after 1 year, they're already bored, you know, about something like that. So then maybe you need to come out with a new idea, then you do a new idea, blah, blah, blah. And then after, you know, after 2, 3, 4 years, at some point, you need to be like, okay, let's hold on a little bit, maybe 1 year of no live act to see how everything is going. And then maybe in the future, I would do another live act, let's see. So yeah, this is a small spoiler. So for next year, I'm gonna try to have like only DJ set. So yeah, this is the idea for next year.
Curious to see how everything.
But still with all the, you know, bucket cap and everything. So you will still see the same vibe, the same visual and stuff. So don't worry about that.
Still the Purge.
For sure, 100%.
Fine. Going back to Intense, as we were speaking, you had, as you said, the hosting together with Unresolved. How did that happen? Like, did Intense get to you to do the hosting?
Yeah. Actually, like the guys from Intense, you know, as I said, like DEFCON is another chart. So on the normal chart, Intense Festival is the best, you know, like from the crowd, from the music, hospitality. Also the guys behind Intense Festival, they are so good people, super humble. They always support me since like the beginning of my career. So let's say we have a good flow with each other. And yeah, it just came out a little bit, let's say, natural, because every year around August or something, together with my management, we go to have a nice meeting and chat with them just to see, you know, what we can give for each other for the year upcoming. And yeah, we just spoke a little bit. The first idea was to do the anthem, actually, like together with another artist. And then they kind of offer me like, okay, what do you think also about doing an hosting, you know? They give me a few names. And then, yeah, I pick Igor, a Resolve, because yeah, we like each other, you know, we are good friends. So I thought like, okay, if I need to do something like this, it needs to be with someone that I have good vibe. You know, even if our music is completely different, you know, like, but we have a good vibe. So we were like, okay, let's do it together. Also for the crowd, it's nice because at least every hour there is something completely different. You know, like the artists which went with Igor are completely different than the artists that went with me. So it was also good, like refreshing for the timetable and stuff. So yeah, that's basically how it went. And yeah, so...
Good. Yeah, I was there for some sets. And the vibe was really, really nice. Like, really friendly, everything. Really fun.
It's because it's also like we both have a really dedicated crowd, I would say, because like at least that's what they always tell me, that our sound is super unique, you know, and different compared than the usual hardstyle or raw hardstyle. So we have like a really strong fan base. So every time we play, the crowd is like really dedicated. They know our music and stuff. So that's what create like a really good atmosphere during the crowd. In fact, especially the back-to-back that we did, the opening ceremony, that was really, really good. It was really warm that day. I think there was like 40 degrees outside the tent and inside the tent like I don't know 60 degrees. And then there was my tour manager, which on that day he was doing also like all the effects, so fire, confetti, blah blah blah. And I was keep on telling him, don't put fire because it's too much. He for joke, boom, push on the fire. There was like 60 degrees inside the tent. But at the end of the day, I play I think like 8 sets, 7, 8 sets, something like that. I was completely exhausted. Like I was doing like a normal job shift of 10 hours, you know. Yeah. But I was really like the most happy kid on earth. You know, I was like, I did it, you know.
Yeah. For sure.
Also, that one is like a one-time experience because it's not that every year you can host an intense festival hosting, you know. So... Yeah, it was really nice.
So it was worth it completely.
Definitely. I will do the same. Maybe I will come a little bit more prepared, you know, maybe more fruit and stuff like that. It's really heavy, especially if it's that warm. But yeah, we did it. That's the important. So. We are still alive.
Great. And talking about another highlight, this one is more recent. You played at the Spuntek party like last week, I think it was.
Yeah, it was last week indeed. No, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
And I saw what you posted online that it was really special for you because Spuntek was your first label, I think.
Yeah, the first one, yeah.
And you played a back-to-back with Mind Dimension and Main Concern.
Main Concern, exactly, yeah.
Playing like your OG stuff and everything. How special was it for you to go back to your roots?
Yeah, to be honest, like you said, that one was like, my first label was the only label that I wanted to join in the past, you know, so I worked like really hard to reach that goal. And then I released music for I think 3-4 years inside that label. Then we just, separate each other just because I had like a different vision of music. You know, I wanted to be a little bit more, how can I say?
With freedom.
Independent indeed. Like also in Spuntek, you have the freedom of the world, but you have like the underground freedom, let's say, you know. And on that moment, I was like, okay, but I like also like mainstream commercial music at the end. So I wanted to produce also that type of music, you know. So I was like, okay, let's close one chapter, let's open another one. And now after almost I think 10 years, something like that, you know, to go back to play those tracks, indeed it was really emotional. Also to play with Mind Dimension, which we made many collabs together in the past, with Main Concern, which were the artists back then work inside in the management, which they helped me a lot to get inside the label, to give me feedback of my music, to let me grow as an artist as I am right now, you know. So it was like, really, really emotional, especially one guy from Main Concern. In the past, they were playing a lot back-to-back with Vazart and Delete, and then Main Concern, so they did a trio back-to-back. And then they told me, like, at the end of the set, he started to cry a little bit. He told me, like, it's like a circle. Now the circle is complete with you guys, no? From Delete and Vazart, which they were the pioneer, the owner, the real OG. And then we closed our chapter with U2, which also they were part of, the history of Spuntek. So I was like, man, this
really
is a huge compliment also, because for me, like, Delete, I mean, I don't need to say it, but it was the artist which really let me put inside the scene and give me like a lot of feedback. Every time Ryan was giving me a feedback, I was like, okay, now I need to take only 1 hour to read the entire feedback. He was giving me like page and page of feedback, and I was like, okay, means that this guy really believe in what I'm doing, you know, he's spending time to give me feedback, so let's listen to what he's saying to me. Luckily, I listened to him, and so now here I am, so I need to say thanks a lot also to Ryan. But talking about Spuntek, as I said, I really like that type of music. I still like it. In fact, in 2 weeks, I'm going to release an old school track, basically, in that type of way.
Yeah.
It's a collaboration with Iki, which is an artist from Argentina. Actually, he's more like into art techno, if we can call it like that.
We are going to talk about this later, yeah.
So it's a collaboration between two of us, and also he really love the sound of Delete. He really love my old sound, so I told him like, perfect, let's make something, together, because I still love that type of music.
Yeah.
So it was good to make again a track like that, and probably I will do it more often next year. So I will just combine. As I said, like 2 weeks ago, I released one with the Charge, which was super euphoric, 155 BPM, and now my next release is completely the opposite. A little more dark, underground and stuff. So I just like I love music in general. I produce what I feel like, and that's it. Luckily, the fans. Accepting me like this, which is the best feeling you can get.
It's how it should be.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And continuing talking about labels, I have to ask you about Savage Squad.
Yeah, for sure.
The label you founded some years ago, that this year you announced that it was
closed.
What were your reasons to make this decision?
Yeah, but actually, like I tell you, I kind of divide my artist career in chapter, if I can say this word. But so I started with like the underground movement, which I feel like to start a career also, you need to be like unique, otherwise it's really difficult to grow. Yeah. So luckily, I had a unique sound, people start to recognize me and stuff. Then I decided to just produce whatever I felt like. And back then, let's say I was not busy as I am right now. So we opened the label, me and Jordi, which is my management, my label, my manager, not anymore label manager, only the manager now. And we just decided to open it. It was during COVID, and we were just at home and think about life, because that's what he was doing during the pandemic. And then we said, okay, let's open a label, let's see how it goes. We sign a couple of artists, blah blah blah. And actually it went like super good. Like in 5 years, actually we did
hosting at DEF CON, for example.
Everything, like all the other labels, like also like Dirty Workz or Scan Tracks, they always told us like, guys, what you did in 5 years, for us it took maybe 10, 15 years. So we were like, okay, this is a huge compliment, because we wanted to be like them, But then, year after year, like you said, we did like a DEF CON hosting, Intense Festival hosting. We went to Australia. We did the Drop Zone. We did like a few shows in the Netherlands. Like my goal was also to help the upcoming DJ to become artists, and I think many of them succeed. So I was like, okay, my goal is almost complete, so we were in a moment which we had to decide if invest more time into the label or more time into ourselves. So it was like a really difficult decision, because the label, it was really my baby, but luckily also with the Purge is going really good. And I'm really like a competitive person, So if I do something, I always want the max, So I see the label that it was still like compete, but because we didn't have the same time and effort to put inside the label, we kind of not lost, but as I said, if I do something, I want to be like in the top 3, let's say, So I kind of felt that, we were not there yet. And also for the good of the artists, we spoke with them. We told them like, okay, guys, I think for the health of everyone, it's good to close it now. At least we close on a good moment, not because the label just died because there was not enough attention anymore. We just closed it because of our choice. Before announce everything, we wanted to send every artist to other label. We helped them to get in contact with other labels.
That's really good.
Yeah. And after we did that, then we closed it. In fact, the week after, like Omnia straight to End of Line, also Coldax to classify.
Records, yeah.
I went to Dirty Workz. Sanctuary is working on something, so cannot say anything. Okay. Spitfire, I wanted to stay solo, basically, and then just release everywhere if you like. So yeah, after all the 5 of us were complete, and we close it. And I decided to go to Dirty Workz.
Yeah,
so,
how it was to join Dirty Workz, and what are your next steps in your career?
Yeah, like Dirty Workz, I'm gonna be honest, it's already a couple of years that we are really close with each other. You know, I did also a few guest releases with them. I really love the team. You know, it's like all people that work inside the scene since 25 years, something like that, you know, so it's really, really long. They know what are they doing, you know, and it came out just natural, no? I think the moment which really let me start to think about was past year in Miami during Ultra, because I got invited by them. I was not yet in Dirty Workz, but I had the USA visa, so they told me, like, you want to join? I say, of course, guys. So I went there, and on that I really felt like the Dirty Workz family, you know, like all the feeling, the vibe, all the artists there. And I started to think, like, I think it's the only label which have artists like, you know, the Tweakat, Sub-Zero, Rebellion, Kun, you know, all a big legend, and they are inside that label since the beginning. They never change, you know. And then I start to think, okay, means it's a loyalty place, you know, it's a place to be. And then, you know, I just had a meeting with them. We told them about Savage Squad, and then not even the time to finish to say about close the label, they were already give me the contract, you know, like stuff like that. So yeah, it was really special. And I also made this decision because I feel like in the Netherlands, I basically did everything I could, you know, and I will still do a lot for sure. Yes. But at some point, to become like even a worldwide DJ, you need to be like worldwide, you know, so you need to push also outside the Netherlands and stuff. And I feel like Dirty Workz is like the place to be, you know, like all those artists that I just mentioned, they are the legend of the legend, you know. They bring hardstyle music since like 20 years all around the world. So also like when I release something, Dirty Workz have like a huge fan base to show to the entire world, you know. Then now it's up to me to, you know, keep to deliver and make the crowd happy all around the world, basically.
Okay, fine. And talking about music, because we've talked a lot about festivals and everything and labels, this year you've released a lot of music, both solo and also a lot of collabs. The first one I want to ask you about is maybe the biggest one of the year, OG Raver together with the Saints.
The Saints.
How did this collab come about, and did you expect it to be as big as it is right now?
Yeah, well, to be honest, like in the past, I think it was 2 years ago, 1 year and a half ago, we were sharing the same studio. So that's where we actually meet each other and start to talk, you know, and know each other a little bit more. And then actually started from Q-Dance. Q-Dance had the idea to like, let us make just a collab together. And then I thought like, okay, this is a good idea. So I told straight the boys to the Saints, like, guys, do you want to make like a collab? Let's see what is going to happen. Yeah. And then we sit in the studio and it just sort of came out like natural. And it was like, as I said, in almost one session, we made the entire track. You know, we had also the idea of the vocal to make a sort of a challenge, you know, exactly, you know. And then we say, okay, but then we need like someone to talk about on the track, you know, we need like a vocalist or something. Then we were like, okay, no, but we are in 2025. There is AI that can do this, you know. And then we decided to put the vocal.
So it's AI, the vocal.
Yes, and it's coming from I don't know if you ever played GTA. in the past.
Yes.
And this come from the radio speaking of GTA, so it's also like a sort of a no voice. Of course, we pitch it a little bit to don't make it too similar, but it's coming out from there. So we wrote like a GTA radio vocal, blah, blah, blah. Then we wrote the lyrics, put it inside, and then put on the track. And we were like, okay, this is fit, But then you ask if we knew it was going to be this big. Actually, when you make a track, you kind of feel already something, like if it's a huge hit, you hear it already. So we knew that it was like a big track, but then, a big track without anything else is not going to be, it's not going to succeed. You need also strong marketing, a strong, place to play this track. Everything needs to be combined, So the track was there. Then we decided to do this video clip, which really also was really fun. We went in Amsterdam in this place called Upside Down. And if you didn't went yet, go, because it's really nice. It's like a sort of a museum. So you go inside, you pay your ticket, and it's like, I think, 1 or 2 hour tour. You go inside, and there are a lot of cool stuff. So we thought, okay, nobody did ever a video clip inside there, so let's try to do something different. So we rented the entire place in the evening. We asked also a lot of fans of us to join us. So we made like an Instagram post. Who want to join, send us an email, blah, blah, blah. Then we contacted them. And that's how we made the video clip. And then, we had also the back-to-back at the Blue. That's what I suggest to Q-Dance before even the track. I say, okay, if you want this collab, then I know we can make something good. Then let's do also a nice back-to-back at DEF CON. At least we can push it to the max, this release. Then, we released the track actually 2 weeks before DEF CON.
I think
yes.
So, yeah.
We premiered it, I think the first time was at Shockers, if I don't get wrong. So we had almost 6 months of keep pushing the track. The people was really hungry. They really wanted, like where release. So then, it went really good. I think we are almost at 4 million. It's insane. It's insane. It went really, really good. It sort of gave me the same feeling with Summer Secret back then.
I was going to tell you, it's like your 2 biggest
hits. For sure,
so
definitely. Also the others, there are some other good, but those 2 I will say is like... huge number, because this one for sure will reach probably 10 million as well, like Summer Secret, I had some other, like Hear the Noise also is around 3-4 million, the one with Ezeke Beukerin also 3-4 million, so I still have some others with a lot of streams, but those 2 is like, it's different,
I agree. Also the hype of the people.
Exactly,
So you also released, as I said, a lot of collabs this year with many different artists, Unresolved, Infliction, Unload. You picked also like upcoming artists this one. What have you learned from all these collabs and what you can use in your own productions?
Indeed. Like I always like to do collabs or with like a legend, so someone bigger than me, for example, or maybe with an upcoming talent. Also, if I do something like this, is because I like the music, I feel the same energy. Otherwise, you can also be, with all the respect, Tiesto, for example. But if we don't have the connection, it's difficult to make something, But what I'm learning, especially from the upcoming, is like, how the scene is going at the moment, basically. Because what I always try to do is to don't check too much like the music of other people, because otherwise when I go in the studio,
you will be influenced.
Exactly, but not because you want, only because maybe your brain say, okay, this melody, because maybe you listen it, the week before, you forget that it's doing the same, So I always try to don't check what the people doing. Of course, I see, because we all have social media, so, it's not that I completely don't check. But you know what I mean. And so I learn more like, the direction where the music is going, also new technique, for example, because with music production, you always learn something, like even the biggest and the best producer of the world, every day is learning something new, So there is always room to learn from a legend or from an upcoming artist. So yeah, I like also to give opportunity to the artists which I think they deserve.
Yeah.
Because that's also what you need to become an artist and to follow your dreams. Because it was the same with me. So I'm like, okay, that now it's short of my turn to give back what they give to me in the past, So I'm like, okay, I like the music, I like the person behind, so let's do a collab. And that's how it went with Infliction, for example, or Chapter V, also really good guys. So yeah, a lot of from Spuntek,
Yeah.
and also, of course, from Discharge.
I was going to ask you because you will be also a coach at the Red Race for next year. You were a coach of the first edition. You had Discharge as your artist, and he finally won the contest. He was already known before from Dirty Workz. He already released a lot of
crazy
hits,
producer.
But how was it for you to be a coach of him? And in which way do you think you helped him to win the contest and everything?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna be super honest with you guys. In terms of production, I mean, I had nothing to say to him, because he's insane.
He was great before the contest.
He told me that he make music since he was 5 years old, because his father also is a musicist, a musician. So he learned music since the beginning, So there was really nothing to say in terms of how can I say, music production. I give him more feedback in terms sometimes it's good to make music in that way, but it's also important to make music on a hit way, let's say, because otherwise the people don't recognize you, The fans, unfortunately, not all of them, but many of them, they don't care how good you are in terms of producer. If they like the track, no matter if it's produced in 1 hour or in 1 month, if they like it, they like it, So I kind of, tell him okay, sometimes maybe put less sound, do this and that, just to make it more simple and easy for the crowd, and that's it. And then I helping him also with the marketing, to be also a little bit more present on social media, maybe create a brand that people recognize you, because nowadays, make music is part of the job, but it's not everything. I feel like it's 50-50 nowadays. 50% music and 50% is all the rest. Also how you are on stage nowadays is proper. You need to interact a lot with the crowd.
You have to stand out.
Exactly. Especially with Hardstyle, there is not anymore the DJ that is there mixing for 1 hour. It's kind of boring now for a crowd to see that. You need to interact. A lot of people, me included. We dance. We give it everything. So that also is really important. Be active on social media nowadays. Without social media, for example, how can I go to play in Australia or China or America? It's impossible, So the people that say, I don't like social media, then don't even start a career, because
you need it nowadays,
exactly, It's like every type of job, there are things that you like and things that you don't like, So you just need to accept everything if you really love this type of job, because if you don't like to be a DJ, or you don't like certain things, you don't have passion, trust me, it's really tough job. People think, he's going there, he's play 1 hour, he's go out with a lot of money. But it's not like this. We work 7 days out of 7. During the week, make music, make plans for the future, new concept, liveact. There are so many things that people don't know.
Also traveling.
I proper make a short of statement past week, my stories, which I felt to say it because in the past 2-3 months, I was completely out of inspiration.
I was going to ask you about that also later.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I mean, I need to take not a break, but, just don't think too much about the music production side because I was traveling that much. especially in September, I went to like North America, Australia, China, South America, all in 1 month. I was go back to the
all
Netherlands.
the continents in the same month. Yeah.
So you completely have no time to produce. Some producer, they produce a lot, like maybe in the airplane and stuff, but I'm a person that need to be in my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Like I need to be there, nobody around me, just me, the music, my computer, and that's it, I can maybe make, I don't know, a fast melody or a fast kick, if I'm in the airplane, but to proper make an entire track, I need to be in my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I took this as experience also for the future. Maybe I will manage it a little bit different. Don't combine everything all at once. For example, if they come, you have to do it, of course. But yeah, if I can manage it different, for sure I will. But sometimes you also have those periods, because like you say, I release almost 10, 15 tracks, like every year.
And last year you did an
album. The year before as well, like every year I put out a lot of music. So I always have this type of period. Like usually between
summer, you'd say.
In the summer is the period where I don't produce, basically, and then from like November until April, May is the period where I push a lot for the entire festival season and stuff. In fact,
so you're already working.
Yeah, I'm back.
Music?
Luckily, I'm back.
Okay,
in fact, I'm doing like a few new solo, a few new collabs. So
can you tell us something, or?
Yeah. I'm doing like for a solo, and like I said, I'm doing something a little bit. Some track more like melodic, I would say. Some other a little bit more old school, the Purge.
Okay.
And then I'm working on some collaboration. I cannot really say something. I can maybe tell you one which. No, I don't say anything.
You tell me later. At least. Okay.
Yeah, some are upcoming artists, of course, and some are like legend. One of them I already work with him. Is Italian, so probably you already know who he is.
Okay. Fine.
But yeah, like as I said, now I'm pushing a lot of new music. I try to also crossover again from art techno and hardstyle or raw hardstyle. Just to try to not take back, but to also let know to the techno crowd that we are just one.
Not so different.
Exactly, because I feel like nowadays, if you make a track with reverse bass or gated kick, there are some techno fan that they write, okay, this raw hardstyle DJ stole the idea from techno, so now it's the other way around.
Yeah.
So
it's
I think
like the line between the genres is really blurred. It's like really thin line.
100%.
Right.
So it's good to also let know the people that there is not one side or the other side. It's just music, just accept it, dance if you like it. Hate it if you want, even if it's not necessary. Exactly,
like it,
but just just like this, doesn't matter if it's a raw hardstyle, techno, hardcore, or house, or whatever it is. It's music.
So, as you already mentioned hard techno, I was going to ask you about it because you've played this year and also the years before some back-to-backs with hard techno artists. You released also a collab with Gravedigger. And you are hosting something next year that I'm going to ask you afterwards, so don't go into it. What's your opinion on, well, you already said like crossovering, but in which way do you think the influences from hard techno help you in producing hardstyle music?
Yeah, to be honest, like the influence is like because we arrive on a point with a raw hardstyle. Not really on my case because I always been like more like gated kick, reverse bass, so I still have this type of influence since forever. But a lot of artists, I will say, they go like super extreme, with the extra raw and stuff, which I respect it because at least it's something new for the crowd. That you can like it or not, that's another thing. But I respect it because it's something new. But for my side, first, because I'm Italian and I grow with this type of music, like Tatanka, TNT, Zatox, Federico Zenitz, all of those artists from the past is basically what is art techno nowadays, you know, gated kick, reverse bass, this kind of stuff. So the first time I listened to art techno, I was like, okay, but this sound is something that I was listening.
It's familiar to
exactly,
you.
You know, so like 15, 20 years ago. So I was like, okay, let me try to implement even more of that type of sound into my music. So it kind of give me a new refresh by going back on what I was doing, basically, you know, like, and what I was listening. So I was like, okay, this is really works also for myself, you know, first because it gives me inspiration, second because I really like it. So it's like, okay, 2 + 2, perfect, let's go for it, you know.
Great.
And then, I got also a lot of respect from the art techno artists. So a lot of them, they support my music. Like you said, I did a collab with Great Digger. We did also back to back. We have now a new one incoming for next year in Germany. So, you know, like I went really good at that track. Not a lot in terms of streams, I would say, because in streams we are like, I think, 200,000-300,000 in like 2-3 months. So it's standard, I would say.
Yeah.
But like it got play from everyone, from Oli Plist, Nico Moreno, you know, from a
All
lot
the
of
big
techno
names,
you know. So yeah, that was a great success. And we keep on doing this for sure. I like it, so yeah. I just hope
what
that
matters,
I just hope the crowd really accept both sides, and that's it. You know, like.
And you're a really open-minded DJ in terms of genres and everything. And as I was saying, next year I have the date here on the 6th of February.
Yeah.
You're hosting an event at Melweg.
Melweg.
I said it right.
I think me too. I say it wrong, so don't worry.
Okay. In Amsterdam, let's say, together with Dick Kebab. It's Crossfade. What is it like, and what's the lineup and everything? Because I think it's going to be, this podcast is going to be released after the lineup.
So basically, like in the past, Dick Kebab already had his own one event, you know, and a few months ago he came to me and told me like, yo man, what do you think if we start something together, you know, like you like music in general, I do like as well, so yeah, what do you think to do something together? Then I was like, yeah, let's give it a try, also because for myself as well, lately I don't have a lot of Dutch show, you know, because I'm going a lot of, you know, all around the world. So I was like, okay, let's do like a nice Dutch show. You know, at least also my Dutch fans, finally they can listen me again, you know. And we try to like, cross over the genre. That's why we call it crossfade. And there is a bit of everything. We have like some art techno upcoming artists as like the first 2-3 hours, something like that. Then we have our crossfade set, which is me and the Kebab. So we're going to make a few new collab edits. So it's going to be like a crazy half an hour set. Then we have 1 hour each back solo set. Then we have Mish. So raw Hardstyle, because she's also like really freestyle. Exactly, you know. So always we try to include those type of artists. And then we have Ezege, because also, you know, he's a trapper, but also he did a lot of collab with me, with the Kebab. He play hardstyle, hardcore, everything. So we're like, let's put it in. And then we have Gesale Lap Tempo. So them, you know, I really love the boys, so they had to be there. And then we have a special guest, that this one I cannot tell you, because it's a special guest.
Of course.
And actually, I think that's it. I think I don't forget anybody for now. It's the first edition, you know, so I'm going to be honest, we will not make any profit, you know.
Let's see.
And also, if it's sold out, you know, we try to invest more like on the lineup and also social media experience, all this kind of stuff. Also, like Melweg is a legendary venue. You know, like my first time there actually was, I think, almost 10 years ago, where I was there to listen the album of Noisia. Which was a drum and bass artist, you know. And I was like, this club is insane. Then I went there to check one of my Italian trap favorite artist, which is called Sfera Basta.
I know him
And
as well, yeah.
and then he went to the Netherlands to do the Europe tour. He was also in that club. And so it was like, okay, let's try to ask if they want to do a host for us. And they was like, yeah, let's do it, blah, blah, blah. This is the date that we have in mind. And so now, let's see. We announced it like yesterday. We were a little bit unlucky because on the same day, there was a Rebirth, which got all the attention. Then also from the techno side, there was Verknipt doing also an announcement. So we were like, boom, under every post. But still doesn't matter. It was only for the pre-registration now.
Yeah, you have to announce the lineup.
Exactly. Like next week on the 26th of November, which is my birthday also. Okay. I'm going to announce the lineup and the start of the ticket sale is going to be also quite cheap for nowadays. We started, I think, the ticket price at €15. That's why I told you, we will not make any profit because we want to give almost a free party to let the people experience, and just come and see if they like it or not. So let's hope the best.
It's like a nice concept, a different one, because nowadays, like a lot of parties are basically the same. So good luck with it.
Thank you. It's going to be also like a boiler room. It's going to be on the second area, so it's around 500-600 people. So it's going to be a really intimate boiler room, everything in the middle, all the fans around. So let's hope the best. And then if it's going to be good, we have more plans in mind, hosting maybe at events or another event maybe end of the year. So finger crossed.
Let's see what happens. And talking about next year, as we already mentioned about Rebirth, you've been announced. You're going back to Rebirth after last year you didn't play there. You're going to do a special Evolution Rebirth set. I think it's called like that. This new concept of Rebirth, which is basically a journey set.
Yeah, exactly.
What can we expect of this set from you? I know it's still a long time to go. But
to be honest, I accept because it's a concept that I prefer to do instead of talking about the live act. If someone is going to ask me, you want to do a live act or a journey set, I go for a journey set because at least I have
it's longer also.
1 hour show for myself and for the people is better. I can play all my discography because that's what is a journey set about, from the very beginning to the last releases or to music which I don't even release yet, So I really like this sort of a concept. In fact, probably I will try to push it more often also on other events, not an entire classic set because I feel like I'm not too new because it's still almost 10 years that I'm around now, but still, give me a little bit more time before I go full classic.
I think it's difficult to find the right moment in which an artist can still can consider.
To be honest, I'm going to be honest now. And nowadays, the classic part in the Netherlands really sell good. But really...
You have like the Royal Vassal.
Exactly, like those parties, also Regions, Supremacy now is going back to the classic, and those events really sell good, which is let me thinking, okay, is because the new music is shit or, what's the reason about it, And so I'm like, okay, if maybe someone is going to ask me like I did 2 weeks ago for a Spoon Tech, 1 or 2 times for a year, only the Purge classic, maybe I can do, But, I don't want to focus only on what I did in the past, like I still have a lot of...
It's not like a good sign.
No, exactly.
If people only want you to play a classic set.
The thing is that in the Netherlands nowadays, the promoters are really struggling to sell tickets. That's why now they are... abuse this classic movement, but then I already know how it's going to happen because if you do then too many, then it's not special anymore.
It's like the beginning of the end of the scene, I would say.
Exactly.
It's because the new music doesn't hit as good as it hit
in the past. And then you're like, okay, then we still need to sell tickets. So let's do like 1 or 2 classic party for a month. Then also the people get used about those sound and they get bored also that. And then that's it. No more scene.
The cycle.
So my suggestion is to the promoter, of course, they still also need to pay the bills. Don't get me wrong, but don't do too many because otherwise, it's not special anymore because what's special about the classic is that you are listening maybe a track that you're not listening since 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you know. If then you listen that track again every weekend of every month, it's not special anymore,
For
you know.
example, Defcon Legends this year was really special because it was the second time they did like such a journey.
Exactly,
through
exactly.
hardstyle.
You
If
know,
they did this every year,
no,
the concept wouldn't have.
it's gonna be the same, you know. Like so yeah. That's what I hope that they will not abuse too much the classic. I think if I can give like a tips for the promoter. Again, I'm not a promoter, so they know better than me. But if I go back when I was a fan, you know, for example, why I was going to events, you know, also in the past, there was many events, because trust me, there were many events.
Yeah.
The lineup, more or less, was always the same, you know. So what was making different was the event itself, you know, like
the concept of
the
party
concept, you know, the experience. For example, I was going to our base. Why? Because there was the team,
teams,
you know, there was all the experience behind the event. I was going to Climax because it was, you know, the Mecca, no? the place of Hardstyle.
Yeah.
You know, you are going to Defcon because it's, you know, it's the motherland, no? It's the real Hardstyle party.
Yes.
Then you were going, I don't know, to Loudness. It was the place for the upcoming underground DJ to then become artists, no? So if you wanted something unique, you was going there. Then there was, I don't know, Cubase, also inside the hangar, in the military bay, you know. There was, for example, Knockout, also. It was the battles, you know. So it was still the same DJ.
Yeah,
There was not any live act, you know. It was more the concept of the events. And that's what I feel like that is... It's missing a little bit, you know. Like, I think the only one that they still have, maybe, Defcon, of course. Intense, maybe a little bit.
Yes, they have like the theme.
Exactly, the team every year
Also
changing.
Supremacy,
Exactly, Supremacy, indeed. The unlucky side of Supremacy is like that they were unique, and now because everyone start to copy Supremacy, now Supremacy, let's say, is not unique anymore. But not because it's not their fault. It's the fault of the people that copy, basically, you know.
Yeah.
So indeed also Supremacy in the past, it was the unique. Why? Because it was only live act.
Yes.
So, yeah, I feel like that's, for me, why events don't sell. Because some people say, like, yeah, there are too many events. But if I remember 10 years ago when I was going to party...
It was happening the same,
It was full of events, man, because also Q-Dance, they had like 5-10 events, B2S as well, Art of Dance, and that there was also the small one that they had a lot of club show, so it was full. For me, in the past, we had even more events, for sure, man, trust me.
Yeah.
Because if you think nowadays, we don't have any more like Climax, Airbase, blah, blah, blah. So we are actually losing events, not, you know.
Also Continent,
for sure,
this year.
What's different is the price. Tickets, you know, getting more expensive. You know, I think for a person from Spain or from Italy, if we need to go to Defcon, you know, we need to spend almost 1,000 euro for everything, for the flight, for the tickets, stay there, you know, tokens, blah, 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 merchandise, all this kind of stuff. So it's like a holiday. When I was going to party, I would spend 50 euro for the tickets, share the gasoline with my friends, maybe 20, 30 euro each. A full car of 5 people, go there.
From Italy,
a lot of time with car. It was like 10, 11 hours, so we were like, okay, fuck it. If it's cheaper, you know, I was like 18 years old, so at 18 years old...
you didn't care about it.
Exactly, you also don't have like a lot of money, you know, because maybe you are a student or you have a small work to do, so you had to do the best with the money that you had. And then we were like, okay, let's go, no? Like 200-300 euro going back, have fun, and that's it.
Yeah.
Now it's 1,000 euro.
Right.
So
it's
more difficult,
Okay, so I don't have any more questions about music and industry and everything. I think we had a really interesting chat.
It was really cool.
Mainly everything. I have a last question,
Yeah.
not related to music, but I want to ask you because I know you that you are a really Juventus fan,
Yeah,
like a really big Juventus fan. And I want to ask you, now you changed the DT and everything. How do you see the future of Juventus? Do you trust the team this
you
year?
know, to be honest, like I think was 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, there was a Real Madrid versus Juventus, you
Real
know,
Madrid
and
won.
I still have like the subscription with the hooligans of Juve, so I can go with them to check all the games and stuff. And when I saw Real Madrid, I was like, yes, I go back to Madrid because it's also my favorite place, you know.
Yeah.
But then in that week, I think I had to travel to China. I think I was to China, so I could not come here. I was like, no. But yeah, Juve, I think, it's. You know, we won for 9 years in a row, you know, and in football it's like everything, you know, it's a circle. So I think we were on the top and now we are at the very bottom.
Well, not that at the very bottom, like you're...
Sort of, because, like Juve is used to win, you know, every 2-3 years at least we need to win a trophy. It's like Real Madrid here or Barcelona, you know. So... Now it's almost 5 years that we are not winning, you know. So we are
not even a cup or...
We won only one Italian Cup 2 years ago, and that's it in 5 years. So it's really bad. You know? We are trying. Yeah, the president still put a lot of money, invest in new players, blah blah blah, but it's missing the spirit. I think the player that we have now, they don't have the passion. I think to play for this. Team, you know, like so. Yeah, let's hope we come back now with a new coach. I like him. He's
better than the previous one.
The previous one was an old Juventus player, so I love him because of that. But I think he was too young to then, you know, be the coach of such a big team. And now the one that we have is, I think he have 65 years old, something like that. Spalletti is experienced, you know.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
Let's hope so. So that was my last question. Nice. So I hope you enjoyed the interview.
I really love it.
I think it was really interesting.
It's nice.
So yeah, thank you very much again for coming.
Thanks for having me. And also guys, keep on follow this guy because it's really important. It's like keep the scene alive also here in Spain.
Thank you.
And also for you, keep on interview artists, because also for yourself I think it's nice to talk and see what we have to say.
Of course.
And also for us, I will say it's good to say things which sometimes I don't know, we cannot say only on our social media, for example. No, so I will post this interview for sure, and let's hope the best.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
And thank you everyone for streaming this interview. Follow us and go check out all the other interviews we have in our channel. And see you on the next interview. Bye.
Ciao.